Hey everyone, welcome back to Daily Tuition. In this tutorial, we are going to understand Webpack. So we are going to learn what is Webpack, why we would use Webpack, how to use it, and how to set up modern JavaScript application using Webpack. So let's first understand what is Webpack. Webpack is a powerful module bundler. A bundler is a JavaScript file that incorporates assets that belong together and should be served to the client in a response to a single file request. A bundle can include JavaScript, CSS styles, HTML, and almost any other kind of files. So basically, in simple words, Webpack is a module bundler that bundle up your different files in the JavaScript file and serve that file. And then you can use this file in your HTML to use the JavaScript code, right? But the next question comes in your mind, why we would use Webpack? Using Webpack, you can compile different files into JavaScript. In previous lectures, we had learned how to transcompile ES6 code into ES5 using Babel. Using Webpack, it is very easy to transcompile it for browser capabilities. Webpack also serves development server with auto-reload features. Using development server, Webpack automatically serves HTML file in the browser. So you don't need to open the HTML file manually in the browser and update it whenever you make any changes in the JavaScript. So Webpack will save you a lot of time, right? Now let's see how to use it. To use Webpack, you need to first install the Node.js in your system. Using Node.js, we can use Npm. Npm, or you can say Node Package Manager, allows us to install packages from the Node package repository. After you install Node.js, check the version installed in the system. So you just need to go to your nodejs.org and from here just download the latest version of Node.js, right? Now let's create a new project in Visual Studio Code. So I already opened my Visual Studio Code editor and open an empty folder here and name this folder Webpack, right? In this folder, I'm going to create a new project. So to create a project, I need to create a directory. So I'm going to just create a directory from this directory icon, right? But before I create a directory, I need to check that the Node.js is installed or not. So to check that, just open the terminal by clicking on the Ctrl tilde operator. So this will open the terminal. Right here, you just need to change the directory to Webpack. So this will open the terminal in the current directory, right? Just after that, I will just clear the screen. And now I just want to check the Node.js is installed or not. So I'm going to just say here node -v, right? Or you can say -- version. Both are identical. So I'm going to say -v here. -v here. Just after that, press enter. So this will print the node version on the terminal, right? Just after that, just check the npm is installed or not. Actually, npm is automatically installed with the Node.js. So I'm going to just say here npm -v and just press enter. So this will print the node version in your terminal. Just after that, I will just clear the screen and just create a new project here. To create a new project, you can just click on this new directory icon, or you can create your project from the terminal as well. I'm going to just create the project from the terminal. So I'm going to just say here mkdir make directory and just specify my project name. So I'm going to just say here modern app, right? And just press enter. So this will create a new directory here. Just after that, in this directory, I just need to create a source directory. So I'm going to just first change this directory to modern app. So I'm going to say here cd modern app. And now here, I'm going to create a new directory here, right here. So I'm going to just say here mkdir src, right? So just create a source directory in this application. So this will create a source directory here. Now, just after that, I will just clear the screen and just close the terminal. Now, in the source directory here, I'm going to create a new file. So I'm going to just say here index.js. So this is my simple setup of my JavaScript project. Now, I just want to initialize my application and create package.json file. So I'm going to just open the terminal and just say here npm init and just say -y to skip all the questions, right? And just press enter. So this will create a package.json file in your application, right? So just open it and you can see here you have your application name. I will just convert this name to lowercase. So I'm going to just see here modern app. Now to work with Webpack, you need to install the Webpack package in your application. To install the Webpack packages, you need to just open the terminal and just specify here npm install. So I'm going to just say here I, specify your package name. So I'm going to just say here Webpack. Along with that, you just need to specify Webpack CLI as well. Using Webpack CLI package, you can execute Webpack from the command line, right? So I'm going to just say here Webpack CLI, right? Just after that, I'm going to save these packages as a dev dependencies. So I'm going to just say here -- save dev, right? And just press enter to install Webpack and Webpack CLI in your project, right? Now you can see here the Webpack is successfully installed. Just close the terminal and you can see we have a node modules folder here. In this module, you have a bunch of dependencies because Webpack depends on other modules and the other modules depends on other modules and so on. So that is why you will get a bunch of packages here. Just after that, open the index.js file and create a simple ES6 code here. So I'm going to just say here constant, specify variable name. So I'm going to just say here welcome and specify an arrow function here. So this is a valid ES6 function, right? So just after that, here I'm going to just say console.log and just print some message. So I'm going to just say here hello Webpack, right? Now I will just call this function here. So I'm going to just say here welcome and just specify parentheses to call this function. Save the changes. Now you can also use import and export statement in this file because import and export statements have been standardized in ES5, although they are not supported in most browsers yet. Webpack does support them out of the box, so you can use them in your application. Now let's compile this code into ES5 using Babel. Because most of the browsers not support ES6, we need to transcompile this file into ES5 using Babel loader. So I'm going to just install the Babel loader and the Babel preset env package in this application, right? So I'm going to just open the terminal and here I'm going to just say npm install, specify package name. So I'm going to install the Babel core and the Babel preset env. So this package will transcompile your all ES6 code into ES5, right? Just after that, you also need to install the Babel loader. Using Babel loader, you can inform the Webpack to transcompile all your ES6 code into ES5 and create a bundle, right? So I'm using the Babel loader here. Just after that, just specify -- save dev, or you can say here -d to save these packages as a dev dependencies, right? And just press enter. Now your packages is installed. This package allows transcompiling JavaScript files using Babel and Webpack, right? Now let's create a Webpack configuration file to inform Webpack to compile JS file into ES5. So I will just create a Webpack configuration file in the root directory. So I'm going to just select my application and here I'm going to create a Webpack configuration file. So I'm going to name this file webpack.config.js, right? Using this file, you can specify custom settings to the Webpack. Now, in this file, you need to export a module. So I'm going to just export a module using module.export keyword. So I'm going to just create here module.export is equal to specify an object here. So I'm going to just say here config, right? Now I'll just create this variable right here. So I'm going to say here constant config is equal to specify object, right? Now I'm going to just export this object using module.export, right? Just after that, using the Webpack configuration file, we wanted to transcompile all the ES6 code into ES5. To do that, you just need to specify here a key object here. So I'm going to just say here module. To this module, specify an object. Now, in this module, you just need to specify a rule. Using rules, you can inform the Webpack how to bundle the JavaScript file. So we wanted to bundle the JavaScript file by compiling it into ES5. So I'm going to just specify here a rule. So I'm going to just say here rules. The rules takes an array. So I'm going to just specify an array here, right? In this rule, we'll specify a first rule for this Webpack configuration file. So I'm going to just specify an object here. To specify multiple rules, just specify comma here and just specify an object, right? but I wanted to specify only one rule, so I'm going to just say here an object, and in this object I'm going to just specify here test. So what is test? Test is a condition in Webpack. Using test, you can specify Webpack to transcompile all your .js files into a plain JavaScript. So I'm going to just specify here a regular expression. So the test is used the regular expression to find the files. So I'm going to just specify here a regular expression. So I'm going to just specify 2 / and 1 / to start the expression, right? Here I wanted to check all the .js files. So I'm going to just specify here .js, right? So this will check all the .js files from the application. To end this expression, specify $. Then I will specify comma here. Now we wanted to inform the Webpack using which loader we wanted to transcompile all the .js files into plain JavaScript. So I wanted to use the Babel loader to transcompile all my ES6 code into ES5. So I'm going to just say here use and specify an array. And in this array, you need to specify a loader. So I'm going to just specify here Babel loader, right? So let me tell you what we had done here. Using test, we informed the Webpack to use all the .js files and transcompile using the Babel loader. So using the Babel loader, we can transcompile all the ES6 code into ES5. Save the changes and just back to package.json file. Now here, you just need to create a script to run the application. So I'm going to just specify here a comma and say start. And in the start script, I'm going to just say Webpack. Alright? Save the changes and now just execute the application. To execute the application, just open the terminal. Now here, you just need to say npm start. So this command will compile your application and just press enter. So when you execute your application, you can notice here we have a dict folder here. In this dict folder, you have main.js file. So this is the bundle file, right? The Webpack create a bundle file in the dict folder and name this file main.js. You can name this file anything using the Webpack configuration file. But this tutorial is for beginners, so we use the default setting of the Webpack, right? So when you open this file, you can see here we have a hello Webpack, right? So the Webpack will transcompile your ES6 code into ES5 and create a production file here. When you have your bundle file, you can use this file in your HTML. So what I'm going to do is I will just create a new folder in this root directory. So I'm going to select my application and just create here a new folder. So I'm going to name this folder public. Now in this folder, I will create a new file index.html. and just create a simple HTML5 snippet. So I'm going to just create exclamation mark and press enter to create a simple snippet of HTML5. Specify title, Webpack, and then just link this main.js to this HTML file. So I'm going to just say here script in the source. Now in the source attribute, just point the main.js file. So I'm going to just say here double dot, specify / to get the root directory and just specify the dict folder and specify / and just say main.js, right? So when you execute this file, you will get this message, hello Webpack. So I'm going to just execute this file. So I'm going to just right click here, open with live server. I already installed the live server using the extension. If you haven't installed this yet, just go to your extension and just say here live server, right? And just install this live server. So this server launch a development server with the live reload features for static and dynamic pages, right? So I'm going to right click here and say open with live server. So this will open the file in the browser. So I'm going to right click here and say inspect. And in the console, you will get your message, hello Webpack. Now let's change the console message. So I'm going to just back to my application and in the index.js file right here, I'm going to just say here welcome Webpack, right? Save the changes, and if you open the index.html file in the browser, and if you open the browser, you will not get the welcome message here because we do not execute a command. Now whenever you make any changes, you need to execute npm start command. So this will take you too much time. To save this, you have watch flag. So just back to your package.json file and here just specify ---- watch. So using this watch flag, whenever you change anything in your file, this will automatically reflect on your browser. Now let's execute a command. So I'm going to just open the terminal and just say here npm start. Alright. Now when you execute this, you will see Webpack is watching the file. This message says that whenever you change anything in the file, this will automatically execute the npm start command and create a bundle for you. So I'm going to just open the browser, and here you can see the message welcome Webpack. And if I just change anything in the index.js file, if I just say here welcome Webpack tool and save the file, this will automatically reflect on your browser, right? But now you know that we manually created an HTML file and open that file in the browser. We don't want to open this file manually, so I will inform the Webpack to serve this file automatically with the bundle file. To do that, we have HTML Webpack plugin. So this plugin serves the HTML file with the script tag pointing to the bundle. So this is a very easy way to execute a file, and along with that we will install the Webpack development server. So using the Webpack development server, using this package, the Webpack will create a development server for you and serve your HTML file automatically in the browser. So let's see how you can do that. So let's open the terminal, and here you just need to install two packages. The first one is HTML Webpack plugin, and the second is Webpack development server. So I'm going to just say npm install HTML Webpack plugin. Then you also need to install Webpack development server, right? And just save these packages as a dev dependencies. So I'm going to just specify -d here and just install these packages in the application. Now just after that, just close the terminal and open the Webpack configuration file. Now we need to inform the Webpack to serve HTML file using HTML Webpack plugin. To do that, you just need to import the HTML Webpack plugin in the Webpack configuration file. So I'm going to import that HTML Webpack plugin using require function. So I will just say here constant HTML Webpack plugin and just specify equal to sign and say require, and in the parentheses just specify HTML Webpack plugin, right? Now just after that, just after this module, and say plugins and just specify colon. So the plugin take an array. So I will just specify an array here, and in this array you just need to create an instance of this HTML Webpack plugin. So I'm going to just say here new HTML Webpack plugin and specify parentheses. Now just after that, what I'm going to do is I will just inform the HTML Webpack plugin to use my default template and just serve the HTML file using the bundle, right? So I will just create an object here. In the parentheses, I will specify an argument, just specify object and just say template. And here you just need to specify a path of your HTML template file name. So I'm going to just specify here index.html. So I'm going to just say here double quote dot / specify the public folder and the index.html file. Just after that, if the template is not exist in my application, I will just create a new index.html file in the root folder. So I'm going to just specify file name here and just specify a file name using the double quote, right? So I'm going to just say here index.html. So if the Webpack plugin not able to find the index.html file in the public folder, the Webpack will create a new index.html file in the root directory and serve that file in the browser, right? Now just after that, open the package.json file, and here just get rid of this Webpack and watch flag. Now I will just specify the Webpack development server. So here I will just specify Webpack development server, right? I wanted to execute this package. Now just after that, open the HTML file and just get rid of the script tag. You don't need that. Just get rid of the script tag because you don't need that. And create a division tag here and just specify an ID root, right? If you want, you can create a title as well. I'm going to just say h1 welcome Webpack. Save the changes, and now just delete this dict folder, right? So I'm going to just delete this dict folder and just execute the npm start command. So I'm going to just say here npm start. Now the Webpack development server will serve this HTML file on the browser. So you can see here your project is running at http localhost 8080. If you open this link in the browser, you will see your project. So I'm going to just open this link in the browser. So I will press Ctrl and just click on this link. But when you execute this, you will get this type of error. So you can see here the HTML Webpack plugin will serve the root folder. The HTML Webpack plugin not serve the HTML file. To solve this problem, just back to Webpack configuration file right here, and just after that, and here you just need to specify the path in lowercase. So what I'm going to do is I will just specify this I lowercase and just convert this I to lowercase. Just save the file and execute the command again. So I'm going to just execute this command. So I'm going to say npm start. When you open this link in the browser, when you open the localhost 8080 link, you will get the welcome Webpack test. And if you open the console, then you will see the welcome Webpack tool text, right? So if you inspect this file from the element tab right here, you can see the script is already added in your HTML file with the bundle file, right? So this script is pointing to the bundle file automatically. In the HTML file, we did not specify any script. So the HTML Webpack plugin will automatically serve the HTML file with the bundle, right? So whenever I execute the npm start command, I wanted to serve this file in the browser automatically without open this address manually in the browser. To do that, I will just open the package.json file, and here I will just specify ---- open. So this flag will open your file in the browser automatically. So I will just save this file and just execute this command again. npm start. Right? So the HTML Webpack plugin will automatically serve the HTML file for you. Just after that, I will just inspect this file and just go to console. And here, if I just change anything in index.html right here, if I say here HTML Webpack 2 and just save the file, you will see the text here, welcome HTML Webpack 2, right? This will automatically reload the browser and reflect on the console. Now, I just want to change this text using JavaScript. So I'm going to just back to index.html right here and specify ID to h1 heading tag and say h1, right? Save this file and back to index.js and say here document.getElementById, specify h1 and just store this h1 heading tag in the constant variable. And just after that, here I will say h1.textContent is equal to HTML Webpack plugin. Alright, save the changes and just open my browser. So you will see the text is changed with HTML Webpack plugin, right? So your application is working and you don't need to open the file manually and refresh your browser every time when you make any changes in the code, right? So this is the setup of the modern JavaScript application. So your JavaScript application is ready. You can download this file from the description. To download this file, you just need to open the terminal. You just want to execute a command, git clone, and just specify a link provided in the description, right? So before you execute this command, make sure you install the Git on your local system, in your system, because that's it. I hope you understand how to set up the modern JavaScript application using Webpack. That's it. That is all for now. I will see you in the next one.